Good morning from the Pine Glen RV Park in Panama City Beach, Florida. We are here for 2 more nights, and I need to go check in since it was a Sunday when we pulled in here. What we're doing is taking advantage of the airport here. Beck has a quick trip to Phoenix for like 36 hours, and I'm going to be here plucking away at the keyboard, keeping the businesses running and keeping those videos coming. So Steve and I are gonna just hang out. There are some bass fishing ponds like I mentioned. So gonna get out here and do some bass fishing. But right now I am going to go get us checked in. There are 3 ponds here on the property. Well, here's a little bonfire pit and recreation area. What's the name of this sport? Is it shuffleboard or something like that? Looks like it could be fun. Our neighbors were playing cornhole yesterday, and not too many people in Alaska play cornhole, but I guess then again we don't hang out at too many of the RV parks, so we wouldn't really see it. Beck did a load of laundry yesterday and said the laundry room's pretty nice. A really nice building for a laundry room, you know? Wow, this is a really clean and nice laundry room. That's awesome. And here's the pool. And it's all netted in so you don't get bit up by the bugs. That's pretty nice. I like it. This really is a beautiful campground. Well, now that's pretty cool. Some of the campsites have their own little private screened-in picnic area. I can only imagine that the bugs get pretty bad around here. This would be the larger of their 3 ponds on the property. Now look at this. This is a really cool little gazebo with a porch swing overlooking the pond. Last night when we got back from dinner, they have this place lit up with Christmas lights really nicely. Very, very charming. Oh, let's see what this says. Bears Weather Forecasting Stone. Our friend Lee, whom we met up with last night, told us there's actually a huge black bear population here. I was kind of shocked, but it makes sense. There's a lot of wooded ground here. We're all checked in, and now it's time to go grocery shopping. There's a Walmart a couple miles down the road, and I guess a shopping center with everything we could potentially need. And we need groceries and a few other items. So we're gonna head on out before it gets too blazing hot for the dogs to be in the motorhome. But fortunately we have hookups and 30 amps so we can run the air conditioner. Had a good day. Went to Walmart and a shopping center, got some errands done and some groceries. Came back here and I went down to that one of the little ponds to try fishing. I got about 5 casts in before the bugs just drove me out of there. There's a lot of little no-see-ums here and some mosquitoes. So yeah, it was pretty bad. So now I'm about to head out and unhook the trailer. I've been seeing some grease leaking from the wheel bearings on 2 of the wheels. And that's generally time when you would really want to get the wheel bearings packed. And yesterday I met one of our neighbors here in the park, and he has a family member here in town. So he came over and said, oh yeah, no problem. I got a shop down the road and looking at about 2 hours of labor and whatever the price of the seals are. I thought that's a heck of a deal. And what makes it even better is he's going to come by and pick it up for us. So that is pretty frickin' awesome. I don't have to drop the jacks down, bring the slide in, or find somebody here in the park and maybe pay them. And another really neat thing, and I've known the bearings needed to be packed for a while, and those seals were leaking. I've been holding out until the south because labor rates are dirt cheap here. This guy's labor rate is $65 an hour. That's awesome. Most places in Anchorage are $100 to $130 an hour. And I'm guessing the parts are also going to be cheaper. And then another aspect is that's a homemade trailer, so we're not really sure where those hubs and axles came from. Some people say it's they're off like an old Ford. Some people think they're off of a like a mobile home when they actually, you know, put axles underneath a mobile home and take it to its trailer park. Who knows? But if they are trailer park wheel bearings, there's no better place to have those worked on than here in the South, because there is no shortage of trailer home communities here. So it worked out. And one thing, you know, I've always been a little leery of being able to find parts. So if we have issues finding parts, if a bearing or the seals are hard to find, that could cause a little delay. Theoretically, this could be a very cut and dry job. I would do it myself if I had a shop and air tools. So we're gonna head on out and get this trailer unhooked, and then probably just do some more video editing for the rest of the night. Today's our last day here, and it's just gonna be a pretty laid-back day. I found out that we have a little, I'll call it an alien or a spot inside the lens of our camera, and you might even be seeing it now. But it was one of those things that I did not notice it until I offloaded all the footage off of the camera, and then I get this annoying spot showing up. I watched a few YouTube videos, and some people have just taken their whole cameras apart. I'm not about to do that. I know my skill set and what I can and can't do, and that's not one of them. But another person took a shop vac or a vacuum to it, and that worked. So that's going to be the technique I try. And I'm really not surprised that we have a little speck in there, considering this camera hangs out the window of the motorhome and just all the traveling that we do. This camera's really getting used hard, and it's held up really well. Last night I got a little surprise when I was making dinner. I pulled out the drawer for the pots and pans, and it just came falling out here. So, hey, it's a 16-year-old motorhome. I wouldn't expect any less. And especially considering the bouncy roads we've driven this thing on. But the brackets are just made of plastic, and what these things do is they attach to the runners, and there's a piece that those attach to on the wall. They're dirt cheap parts, but I don't have them with me. There is a Camping World here in Panama City, so I snapped some pictures and talked to their parts guys, and they're gonna see if they have the parts for me. If they do, when we pick back up tomorrow at the airport, we're gonna swing by Camping World and get those parts, and I'll probably get an extra pair just so when this does happen again, because there's plenty of other drawers that have the same type of mounting system, I'll have the parts with me. We're also going to have some special guests with us today. Joe and Kate from We're the Russos are full-time RVers, and they started their full-time journey about a few weeks before we left Alaska, so we're kind of on the same pace. Even though they're going to stay on the road when we reach our 6-month mark, we're still kind of experiencing so many things for ourselves as first. They're on their way east from New Orleans, and they're going to swing by Panama City here and say hi to us. Now I'm going to try to get this little speck out of our camera lens. It's pretty dang annoying, and I'm sure it's annoying for you, but it's really annoying for me because I want the quality of our video to be good, and also I'm staring at this little speck the whole time I edit these videos, and it's like right there, and I just can't get to it and fix it. So I'm really crossing my fingers that I am able to fix it today. What I have set up here is a white piece of paper that will help me figure out if I've fixed the problem. And you can kind of see the speck starting to show up where that arrow is. Yeah, my idea for the arrow didn't work very well. But I will be able to see if I'm resolving the issue by zooming in like so. And you guys have been watching the videos, you know where on the screen that speck is. So let's get the shop vac out and see what we can do. I suppose I should be thankful that we have this space to use, but it is kind of a pain in the butt to get down in here, and it does turn messy pretty quick. There is a ton of storage space underneath these dinette seats, and if you've been following our videos since the preparation for the trip, you would know how much work we put into trying to figure out what we can and can't take and what we can and can't fit. So I got the vacuum out, and let's give this a shot. I'd like to introduce you to our little 1 or 1.5 gallon shop vac. It really is a pain in the ass to vacuum the motorhome with, but it really serves an awesome purpose if you need to do anything dirty. So let's give this a shot. I'm going to utilize the little trim or edges piece, and also probably just pop that off and go around the whole camera and suck it out. Let's see what happens. Well, let's see if it's fixed. Here's our white piece of paper. And zooming in. Oh, it's still there, dang it. Alright, on to step 2. Pulling the battery and memory card out and seeing if I can extract some of the dust from the other side. I've put the battery and card back in after vacuuming it out, and let's see if it's still there. Dang, it's there still. Man, this is frustrating. Sorry guys, I think we might have to drop our camera off to a professional one of these days, and you might just have to live with this for a little bit longer. The thought crossed my mind of using the compressed air that I used to clean out the switch for my closet light, but I wonder if that could risk pushing more dust into the lens, and if I should just call it good with one speck. Because there are many times in life when you go trying to fix something and you make it worse, and then you're like, oh man, I really wish I wouldn't have done that. So I guess you guys are just going to have to live with the 1 dot, because if I blow the compressed air into this thing and there ends up being like 6, 7 dots, that's really going to suck, and that'd pretty much render this camera useless. I can tolerate 1 dot, and you guys can tolerate 1 dot, but 6 dots or 7 dots all over the screen, that'd be horrible on the eyes, and then we'd have to switch back to some of our old school video equipment, and you don't even want to know what kind of old school video equipment we were using. So that's what's going on now. I gave it a shot. I think maybe in Texas, or never know, maybe in New Orleans, but I'm gonna need the camera, so I don't know what we're gonna do yet. Time will tell. I got to thinking about it, and we do hang this camera out the window of the motorhome going 65 miles an hour down the road, so a little bit of this cleaning dust air probably won't make it worse, and I may regret it or I may not, so let's see if it works. Well, that didn't work, so now I need to find a camera shop and see what they say, because I'm definitely not going to go unscrewing this camera and really screw it up. Good evening, guys. We are back and wrapping up this day. We have spent the last few hours visiting with Joe and Kate from the Russos. They are now full-time RVers, and they started their journey a few weeks before us. Yep. But you guys get to keep going on April 25th. We have to be back in Alaska, and you guys just, the adventure's going to continue.
Yeah, no indefinite stop date yet, and we just go until the money runs out, basically.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than the people who are working full time on the road. It's a lot of fun.
Every day's a weekend. It's kind of awesome.
It is. And also meeting people.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've seen each other on social media for the better part of a year, and we've interacted via social media, and now they're working their way east, and we're starting to work our way west, and our paths intercepted, and they were also nice enough to drive to me, seeing as how we don't have a tow vehicle, which was awesome. They're staying the night over in the Wally Mart.
Yep, Club Walmart for tonight. But the nice thing is they do have free Wi-Fi.
So
yes.
Free Wi-Fi at Walmart.
Wow.
And I will say, when we were doing Walmarts and Cracker Barrels on the West Coast, no Wi-Fi. Once we came over the Rockies and started heading this way, Wi-Fi at almost all the Walmarts.
See, now, and if we'll be like calling you to learn about what you figured out on your way east, and you'll be like contacting us like, okay, so when you're in Virginia, what did you think of this?
Yeah, so here's an RV hack of the day, or kind of an RV hack. If you can, park as close to the garden center as possible. The Wi-Fi seems to be better. Or if Walmart doesn't have Wi-Fi, find one with a Sam's Club next door, because Sam's Club has amazing Wi-Fi.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, since we don't have our unlimited data anymore, and I need to upload these videos for you guys.
Yeah.
So there's hacks everywhere, and we've just been chatting away about even the silly stuff like, what kind of toilet paper do you use?
Something only RVers would talk about.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you're not going to go, if you're in your house watching this right now, you're not going to go knock on your neighbor's door and say, Frank, what kind of toilet paper do you use?
1 ply or 2 ply.
Yeah, Frank's going to look at
baby
you kind of
wipes.
funny. But for us, it's like, hey, Kate, what kind of toilet paper do you use? And it's like, oh, I use this.
Uh-huh.
It's just the fact of life of living in a motorhome. And I think I hear the Ray pulling up with our trailer and the freshly packed wheel bearings. So
Nice.
we're going to wrap this video up for the night. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear from you. And also, look up the Russos here. I'll put a link in the credits and also the video description. Check out their blog and social media.
Yeah, thank you. For any Jeepers out there, check out our stuff. We have some cool Jeep videos and just some other videos of places we've been.
Yeah, this is going to probably be the first of many meetings.
Awesome.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
already planning 2017 Alaska adventure.
Yes.
Yes,
And
or
possibly the rickshaw
Rickshaw,
run.
Yes.
Rickshaw run.
That's our one of our bucket list items. So thanks for watching and enjoy the ride.
Bye, guys.
Bye.